Sup? How we doing? You're back with another episode of Truth Be Told. I am Adam Tull, your host. Alright, fuck that shit. Someone said I needed an intro to work on my intro, but I feel really cheesy, doing the whole Truth Be Told. This is Adam Tull. So anyway, we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna try to find an intro that works. But until then, I should just do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and we're live. But not really. Anyway, thought I would come to you with a little bit of info, a little bit of an idea I had last night at 2 a.m. in the morning, where most of my ideas come from. It's an insomnia thing. I wake up, my mind is racing, and I think about, what I think is funny. And then I should get up and write it down, but, I'm so lazy, I can't get out of the bed. So I'm like, I'll remember everything tomorrow. And then I usually forget half of it by the time I wake up. That's okay. I think I can probably talk a bit about this ad nauseum, because this happens to at least everybody in their life. I think everybody anyway. If you haven't had this problem, then you don't poop on a regular basis. So maybe you should poop more. But anyway, this problem often occurs when you have to, you really have to go to the bathroom. You always run up the stairs, get settled in, and then everything happens, and then you look over the toilet paper roll, and that shit is empty. Now, if you were smart about it, you would keep extra toilet paper rolls in every bathroom, but I'm not one of those people. It's always, okay, I have it now, and look how big the roll is. It'll last, for so much longer. Then when you start getting down to the end of the roll, you start using a single piece instead of doing the double fold or squishing or whatever you may do. And that always seems to be a problem. Even if you bought toilet paper, let's say like 2 or 3 days ago, you seem to always be running out of that shit. I don't care what they have at the grocery store. They got mega roll, super mega roll, extra roll. They got life size roll, but you're always out of it. Even if you bought the whole fucking aisle of toilet paper, you would always be in a scenario where you didn't have enough toilet paper. It happens all the time. The scenario usually goes something like this. You get up, you have your cup of coffee, which is, it not only is the caffeine going to wake you up, but it's also going to get the juices flowing and set you up to be regular so you can go out into the world with an empty bowel. But you get up, you finish your coffee, you go up the stairs, you walk up to the bathroom, you sit down, and you start going, and then you realize, oh shit, I'm out of toilet paper. And if you're a guy, you've definitely, if you've ever been a single male, you've definitely waddled with your pants around your ankles downstairs or wherever you may keep the toilet paper, because keeping extra rolls of toilet paper in the bathroom is just illogical. So, and if you've ever lived with anyone, you open the door and you crack it just enough to where no smell is letting out, and you're like, honey, we're out of toilet paper. Can you get me some? And then she, walks up the stairs, and they kind of do the whole, hand where they're not looking, and they put it in the door, and they're like, oh, and they have a clothespin. It's even worse for guys when they have to bring women toilet paper, because there's nothing less romantic than, actually thinking that people have to take a shit, especially, all guys have pretty much agreed that women do not shit. So it's we try to avoid to even think about that situation when it happens. So all romance then just goes out the window for the rest of the relationship after you realize that, yes, she does in fact use the bathroom. So the toilet paper thing is always super insane. Like I said, no matter how much you buy of this shit, you're always out of it. It's the same way. It's the same thing with detergent and bounce sheets. And I don't know about you, but when I decide to do laundry, I have to do it right then and there, or I'm not going to get it done. Even if I schedule a laundry day, for us procrastinators, there is no such thing as laundry day, because if we set a day, we'll be like, well, no one's holding us accountable. We'll just do it tomorrow. So the night before I really think about doing laundry, I have to pep myself up. I make sure I stop at the gas station on the way home from work and grab a couple of Red Bulls, because it's going to be a long night, because you got to do it all in one day. Otherwise, that shit sits around folded and never gets put up. You all have that one friend. I know you do. You talk to her on the phone on Tuesday, you're like, hey, how you doing? She's like, oh, I'm just doing some laundry, blah, 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 blah. You go over there on Thursday, and you realize that her house still has laundry all over the place. Kitchen table, there's laundry on the bed, there's laundry on the couch. You can't, there's just people in your life that can't seem to put away the laundry. Now, I have the same problem. It's easy to get it in the washer, it's easy to get it in the dryer, but folding that shit and putting it away, oh my gosh, it's unbelievably hard. I do not know why, but there's something about doing the laundry to completion, and I just can't handle the full task of doing the laundry to completion. And I think most of us can't because we're not being held accountable for, someone's not going to come into the house and be like, well, this person's not doing their laundry. What are we going to do with them? So I think you need to set aside a day or a week for some of you to do laundry, and make sure that you have detergent and bound sheets, because that's almost something, just like toilet paper, that you're always out of. And I'm going to leave you with something a little bit more today. If you need entertainment, President Trump's Twitter account has been on fire. Again, I said I would not talk about politics on the show, so I'm not going to read through the tweets. But if you need someone to follow on Twitter and you don't want anybody else to know that you're following them, you should either, you don't follow Trump, but go look at the Twitter account. But if you want to follow someone that's even more interesting than Donald Trump on Twitter, I'm going to go with OJ Simpson. And he thinks that people now care about his life. It's very, very interesting event that OJ can get out of jail, and now he has a Twitter account, and he has like 700,000 followers. And yes, I am guilty for following him because I don't know what he will say next. The first day that he had Twitter, or the second day he had Twitter, he actually replied to someone with knife emojis. Like, how long is this gonna go? I love watching the meltdowns. OJ, President Trump. There's a couple others on Twitter that just, super meltdowns. I can't decide if they're trolling, if they're serious, but either way, it is internet gold. I have one more thing to leave you with as well. Remember, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. EST, we will be talking with Tom Hudson, owner of 515 Vapes and Disc Golf. He will give us some insight on what he's going through. We will talk about the vaping industry, the vaping hysteria, maybe a little disc golf, and maybe even a little poker, because he is a fellow poker player. So make sure you put that on your calendar. Don't mark it as a laundry day because you won't show up. So we'll see you live, 8 p.m. EST. It'll be a second interview, which we're calling Tull Talks at this point. And I think it's going to be it for the day. Peace. That's what